Well, hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a product announcement from the people over at Sage. And as someone who may be a little bit biased in the world of QuickBooks, it'd be interesting to see what my take on the new announcement is going to be. So stay tuned and let's figure out what's changed in the world of accountancy. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Aaron Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, and also head of accounts here at Boffix. So in this video, we're going to actually go and concentrate on the enemy. Now, they're not quite the enemy. They are another software provider called Sage. And one thing you may or may not know about myself is that I actually used to be a bit of a Sage fanboy. You see, Sage was my absolute dream piece of software back in the day when it came to my first foray into the world of accountancy. But as technology advanced and as technology became more and more apparent to how we can help our clients, then unfortunately Sage became a little bit outdated and fell behind what the rest of the industry was doing. You see, everyone moved over to cloud accountancy, which is where QuickBooks Online, as you all know, is favourite on this particular channel, and cloud-based solutions just like that were being prepared. Now, Sage have been trying to bridge the gap. They have been trying to find ways in which they can make sure that they have an offering that is on par with the likes of QuickBooks and Xero. Now, Sage themselves went from more of a hybrid approach in the beginning. So they still had this industry-leading desktop software, but they were trying to use it with the ability to be able to download and upload save files to the cloud and then be able to access them. And unfortunately, that whole concept just didn't work. We were having clients constantly having issues with it, constantly having problems with it. And in the end, we had to migrate them away from Sage onto a competing platform. But since those times, Sage has made big strides in the world of cloud accounting. And actually their Sage accounting solution is a very, very good piece of software. And I'm sure we'll do a whole review of that at some point on the channel. But today is all about the big announcement. You see, Sage themselves threw a big party. They threw a party trying to entice accountants like myself to get excited about their new product launch. Sage have recently acquired a company called GoProposal as well. So we were kind of expecting something relating to the GoProposal acquisition, but we weren't 100% sure what was actually going to be announced. Now, I'm a little bit of a sucker for this sort of thing, so you throw any form of marketing at me and I'll probably find some interest at some point. I mean, I run a podcast, shout out to QuickBooks Labs. Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to QuickBooks Labs, where we talk about changes that have happened into the industry. So it's actually in my best interest to understand and figure out what is going on in the changes. But what I thought would be useful is to have that look, my first reactions as to what's actually been announced and how that affects us as accountants. So strap in and let's have a look exactly what this new announcement was all about. Let's have a look. So the announcement itself was all about this new initiative called Sage for Accountants. And it's a brand new platform that's going to help them make sure that they don't fall behind even further to the likes of QuickBooks and Xero. Now, here are the kind of press article that came with it. But let's jump straight into the Sage accountant world. And as you can see here, this is what's been brought to the attention. So your work, your way with Sage for Accountants. Now, straight away, it is giving me those vibes of how to basically connect GoProposal to Sage and make it so they work together much more seamlessly. So let's see exactly what got announced. Straight away on here, we can see that the proposal word's just there. Then we're talking about automating workflows. I'm very excited about that. They're talking about advisory as well, which is definitely a buzzword we're interested in. How to manage your clients and get rewards and discounts. So far, so good. So their first part is all about win and onboarding clients. So this will be powered by GoProposal, as you can see just here. And that makes a lot of sense. The idea, and we've used GoProposal here at our practice, we know it's a strong piece of software. And actually, it's probably you'll find the industry leading proposal software for accountants. So that's really exciting that they've kind of started to bring this all into play. It's giving you a chance to manage clients from one place. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's always going to be useful. And it's going to give me automated data capture to do tax submission. Now, this is where I'm very much excited. So here you get save time by automating data capture. You can capture data. Clients can use Snap and upload documents with auto entry. Interesting side note is auto entry is actually owned by Sage. And again, it's a software solution we use in our practice. You either got Receipt Bank or Dex as it's called now. And auto entry, normally between the two of them you kind of suspect kind of got the information you need. In fact, I'll try and link to the video below where we did a comparison between QuickBooks Snap, which is QuickBooks equivalent to document auto invoicing solution, Receipt Bank or Dex as it's called, and auto entry. Then they're talking about reconcile accounts, process payroll, and be compliant. So to me, all these are elements that's inside Sage's account software. So automate data capture to tax submission. So this doesn't seem, so on first thing, and it's probably my fault for just going jumping the gun here, my first initial impression here was we were going to get something along the lines of what Accountancy Manager can do, where we can get an opportunity to gather data from clients, or at least give us a chance to kind of interact with HMRC, and then that way we have a way of actually making sure that our data is being updated and done correctly. Advise clients, love this. Again, they've not really shown me anything new yet. And then get rewards and discounts. Okay, all right, I'm not 100% sure what the big element of announcement is, but let's get ourselves into the software by using the handy start your practice for free option just here, and let's find out exactly what's happened. So here we are. Welcome to Sage Business Cloud. Let's use the login button on the bottom right corner. Not much more info on that particular page. And let's log ourselves in. And here we are, the new Sage for Accountants area. So straight away at the top here, we have an area for clients. And we have the option to do client managing, accounting, or payroll. Well, payroll takes me to that, and then while that's loading, let's look at the accounting side. Okay, so that's taking me to my accounts area, or my accounting area for my company, so that's not going to help my clients. So that just must be a free version of Sage to use for your practice, which makes a lot of sense. I have added one client here. I've added my company. Okay, so when I'm in here, it gives me a chance to manage my subscriptions, gives me a chance to add a comment, and if I go into my individual, I can add information about the individual as well. Okay. View product tool. So maybe I'm missing something here. So welcome to Sage Accountant. Organize clients in folders. Update their. Add your client Sage to the search filter. Okay. So far, I'm honestly struggling to find out the big announcement. Because everything here I thought was already available. Now, I haven't used Sage in a while, so maybe it's the fact that they haven't actually had this software up and running, or they've not had this element of it. But this is basically a watered down version of... So what it seems to me is it seems to be a very watered down version of the QuickBooks Accountant area, where we can see our clients here. Okay, we can't put them into folders, but what we can do is put them into leads. We can look into an individual client. We can sort out their subscriptions if we need to. We can add notes. We can share documents. We can put in information if we need to by editing the client. And what is really powerful and what we use on a regular basis is the fact that it actually draws data in from those clients as well. So as I see here, we can see which ones have transactions that need to be looked at, or how my bookkeeping review's going. So it can bring that data in. So I kind of compare and contrast. I'm not 100% sure What's happened other than I assume that Go Proposal has a more deeper integration with the screen. So yeah, so here's here that I've got my Accounting Plus, Advanced Accounting Software for Small Businesses, my Payroll 50, and my Client Management. This Client Management was the new area that's been bringing individuals, contacts and details in one place. So honestly, I'm a little bit of a loss as to exactly what this announcement was. Let me know below if I'm missing something completely obvious here, but it just seems to me that basically they've created a QuickBooks Accountant area, which is effectively going to be a way for you to easily get into your client. So they put in basically the front page. Now, don't get me wrong, the front page is so powerful, and it will give Sage the opportunity to really give some great tools later down the line. But it is something I was already expecting, or at least I already thought was available, and I just take for granted on all of the platforms at this point in time. I do, though, believe that it is in the best interest of all the platforms to be making this QuickBooks Accountant-esque area, to have the opportunity for you to be able to manage all your clients in one place. So I assume that's what it was. I assume that means that it's coming forward. Maybe they've had some more updates to the software itself that gets people excited. I'll have a look. Speaking of which, we did a fantastic video a few months back with Rachel from Accountancy, and that video was all about Xero versus QuickBooks, and we are now very close to be doing a QuickBooks versus Sage opportunity as well. So maybe in that video we're going to learn a lot more about what I've missed and what else can be done, because I think there's a lot out there. There's a lot of potential for making sure. And one thing I would always say is that all of these innovations are good things, because it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're normally on, if it's QuickBooks, Xero, Sage, doesn't matter what side you're on, but if the opposition is constantly innovating and helping and pushing, then that's a great thing for the whole industry. The more that we see QuickBooks, Xero and Sage bring out new features, new opportunities, new tools, means that basically they're pushing each other to constantly trying to break the best software that we can possibly have. And that's good for the accountants, and more importantly, that's amazing news for the users themselves, the small businesses out there. So, okay, I'm a little bit underwhelmed, but that may be just me not 100% understanding what's been announced. So again, let me know below. Let me know if there's anything else I should be aware of. But by the looks of it, Sage has taken one step forward in getting to that parity with QuickBooks and Xero, and that can only be a good thing for everyone. And there you have it. We've had a quick look at the big announcement by Sage, and just to see exactly what's happened there. Let me know what you think about these type of videos. They're a little bit different to what we normally do on this channel, but hopefully it gives you a bit of an insight, what was announced, what was there, and give you my thoughts on it as well. As a sneak preview for next QuickBooks Labs, I know Ash, the co-host. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, the one and only Ash. How's it going, Ash?
Fantastic, thanks Aaron. Yeah, it's myself, Ash Beatson, accountant, bookkeeper, trainer, writer, jack of all trades.
I know Ash, the co-host, has actually been to this party of this announcement, so he will have much more information on what's been happening. So do stay tuned to that. Do have a thing, and maybe even join us live where you can ask us questions. Correct me if I'm wrong, and make sure that you get yourself involved. My name's been Aaron Patrick. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to do this video for you. Can't wait for the next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, when it's dark. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. I can be a fighter, I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. All the way that I feel, yeah, I know that it's real, cause I can get him out of my head. I don't care what we do, everything's feeling new, even if we stay in bed. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. You know I want him, nah, 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 nah. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello and thank you for watching that video. What you may not know is this channel that you've watched this video from is part of a wider group. That wider group is called Apple Core Production, and the 3 channels that we have involved are as follows: Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks Chat, Boffix tax tip. Finally, we have Apple Core, Live and Geeky. All the links and everything are down below in the description, but it really means a lot to us if you can go and give a like to the other channels as well.